So I've got to pay my taxes, make sure they get it on time so I don't get in trouble, and I got to make sure I drive the speed limit.
So they just deliberately release something where we can see the utmost horror of what they're doing to innocent babies.
We have to understand that his house, I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know what I mean, in the sense that there were...
I guess the question is, what is it about that island that made all these really wealthy people just love going there to hang out? I guess that's the question I really have. We're going to be looking at some clips here today, just of people reacting to the Jeffrey Epstein files, giving their thoughts, and the backlash or lack thereof. But without further ado, we're going to dive right in.
So I've got to pay my taxes, make sure they get it on time so I don't get in trouble, and I got to make sure I drive the speed limit, and I got to make sure I'm on time to work every day, and I got to make sure I put in enough hours at work. I got to make sure that I reach a certain age before retiring. I got to make sure that I have enough money in my 401k to survive. I got to make sure that I make $114,000 as a single adult in New York State to make sure that I survive. But they can eat kids and take all of our money to pay people to buy their kids, and if they don't buy them, they kidnap them. They're eating kids, but make sure you pay your taxes.
When he puts it that way, it sounds pretty messed up, right? But it's more or less pretty accurate, right? But meanwhile, us regular folks, we don't get that luxury of even skipping a tax bill or skipping a bill or skipping a speeding ticket. We don't get any of those luxuries, but these guys get they get scandals, they get like do-overs, they get chances upon chances. And the worst part is people just feel helpless, right? What are we supposed to do? Really, what are we supposed to do? Like, we don't have like any recourse, really. We have to just rely on our elected officials and our representatives and hope that they're able to keep the pressure on and get some accountability, get some justice for these victims. But would that ever happen? That remains to be seen.
So they just deliberately release something where we can see the utmost horror of what they're doing to innocent babies and children, and they wanted to see how we would react. And what have we done? Nothing. They're all sitting there very quietly, very happily, knowing we did nothing. This was a test. Nothing comes out unless they okay it, and that's why I've gone in myself.
Yeah, so I agree with her. Nothing comes out unless they okay it. But what does she expect people to do? I mean, all we can do is to bring awareness to it, talk about it, shout from the rooftops about it. But at the end of the day, we are not in Congress, right? We elect people to go and represent us in Congress. So we have to hope that they do their jobs. And from the sessions I've been hearing, they seem like they're really grilling and they're really pushing for that justice. Now, is it just political theater? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
That's why I've gone a bit quiet. I'm trying to think and I'm trying to calculate what to do next. Because what should have happened was a mass uprising. What should have happened was the ultimate flipping of every table. And nothing. A couple of social media posts, a couple of outrage on X or Instagram, and that's it. So what do you think is coming next? If they just unleashed the most outrageous thing we could ever see, what do you think is coming next if we didn't even react to that? If that didn't get us all hot and bothered, what do you think is next? That's just what I'm thinking. We need Jesus more than ever, because in my spirit, I don't think that Antichrist is far off. I think they are preparing the field for him.
Pretty much, right? And I think they've desensitized people to this, so that's probably why we see him very passive. Right? But she is right? Like, it seems like people have already moved on to the next big story, right? The US going in on Iran, Russia also trying to defend Iran alongside China, right? So that's the new story. And people are already turning their attention to that. Now, could that just be part of the plan to be able to turn people's attention away from this story here, or this real issue here? Nobody knows, right? Because the Iran issue seems to be real as well. So she is right. It looks like something big could be on the horizon, right? Like, it just seems like one big news after another big news, right? And we're just in February, guys.
We have to understand that his house, I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know what I mean, in the sense that there were people coming in and out of that house all the time. What they were doing and why they were there, I had nothing to do with. So I'm afraid I can't make any comment on that, because I really don't know.
Another guest was John Brockman, the literary agent. Now, he described
Really?
seeing you there getting a foot massage from a young Russian woman. Did that happen?
No,
You're absolutely sure, or
Yeah.
you can't remember?
absolutely sure.
So John Brockman's statement is false.
Well, I don't know Mr. Brockman, so I don't know what he's talking about.
But that definitely wasn't you getting a foot massage from a Russian girl in Jeffrey Epstein's house.
No.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but honestly, I'm not even like the best at poker. But I'm not buying that guy. I'm not buying what he's selling at all. Like, I am just not buying what he's putting down. Are you buying it? Let's talk about it down in the comment section below. Be sure to give this video a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.